Hi, this is Richard Chamberlain, and welcome back to the Protecting Your Family's Future podcast. This is episode number 39. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to deal with your home if you have a second spouse or a significant other who is living in the home with you. So, this issue comes up now and then. It actually just came up today. I was talking to a gentleman. He's living in a home owned by his girlfriend, and we were talking about, what happens if she passes away? Where does the home go? What happens with it? Sometimes we talk about, somebody owns a home and their their boyfriend or girlfriend lives with them, long time relationship, or maybe it's a second marriage and the spouse has moved into the home. And the question is, what happens when the owner of the house dies? What's going to happen with the home? So if you have that question about your circumstances, either because you're the homeowner or because you're not the homeowner, these are issues that really need to be figured out so that everybody is clear on what the rights of the surviving person are, whether it's a surviving spouse, surviving significant other. The way to really deal with this, of course, is to have a really open and honest conversation about what your needs are and what your goals are. If you're married and you want your spouse to be able to continue to live in your home for as long as they want to or need to, then that needs to be addressed in your estate plan. If you want your home to go to your children when you pass away, then that needs to be addressed in your estate plan. But you might want to give your, let's just call him your spouse, you might want to give your spouse the right to continue to live in the home for a year or 6 months or for 5 years or something like that, so that they're not thrown out of the house, kind of unceremoniously the day after the funeral. Depending on the relationship between your spouse and your beneficiaries, that can happen. We have actually seen that happen before, when an estate was not planned out correctly. So, if you're going to allow your spouse to continue to live in the home and you ultimately want it to go to your children, you could, of course, just say, "Well, I want my spouse to now own the home," and you can leave it to them if you want. But if you want your home ultimately to go to your children or your family members, then you can do that, still giving the spouse the right to continue to live in the home. But then certain issues need to be addressed, such as who's going to be responsible for paying the real estate taxes on the home? Who's going to be responsible for paying the insurance, and the maintenance, and the utilities? Will the spouse have to pay rent? If there's major maintenance, like a new furnace needs to be put in, or a new roof needs to be put on, who's going to be responsible for that? If it's minor maintenance, how is that going to be handled? So there are no right or wrong answers to this, but it is important to make sure that all of these issues are addressed ahead of time. So, as I said, everybody knows what they need to do, what their rights are, what their responsibilities are, so that everybody can be taken care of the way you would like it to be done. Just like anything else in estate planning, everything needs to be addressed correctly so that everything will happen the way you want it to and need it to. So, I hope that's helpful for you today. I want to thank you for being here with us this week, and we'll see you next time.